Hello everyone and welcome to the class. I am your history teacher Manoj Arora. Today we will be revising chapter number 2 of history, that is kings, farmers and the towns. This chapter will be including the era of 6th century BCE to 6th century CE, that means around 1200 years. Meantime, I hope that all of you will be safe at your homes, taking care of your family as well as applying all the things which are needed in this critical period. At the same time, you must be spending a lot of time in your studies as well. Moving on to the Ashokan inscriptions which are mainly found in Kharoshti and Brahmi. Brahmi and Kharoshti both were deciphered by James Princeps. Brahmi was deciphered in 1838, whereas Kharoshti has a different story. In order to understand Brahmi, the help of Sanskrit was taken by James Princeps, whereas for Kharoshti, the help from Indo-Greek coins, the coins which were issued by the Indo-Greek kings, were also taken help. It was James Princeps, when he came to know that Kharoshti was somewhere like Prakrit, even the long inscriptions were also read. There were Mahajanpadas, around 16 Mahajanpadas, Vajji, Kuru, Panchal, Magad, there were so many. If I talk about Magad, why was Magad so powerful? The reason was Magad had a land which was agriculturally very fit. Magad had irrigation facilities. The Ganga river and its tributaries provide cheap communication. Elephants were available in abundance, whereas the ambitious policies of Mahapadmananda, Ajatasattu and Bimbisara also led Magad to its great height. Iron mines were also available at that place. If I talk about in the earlier videos, I had already talked to you what led to the rise of the Mauryan Empire. Today we will understand about what led to the fall. One of the reasons was there were no proper inheritors after Ashoka. They were not so much capable as Ashoka was. At the same time, as Ashoka had accepted Dhamma, in order to spread Dharma, he had spent a lot of money, which led to lack of money in his kingdom. Whereas the Kalinga war had totally changed him. Because of that, he had not kept any army also, which had to be taken as a negative point in terms of maintaining a kingdom. At the same time, the lack of successors, as I just told, and there was no military, as I told. If I talk about the divine kings, the divinity issue was taken by Kushanas. The Kushanas took the title Devaputra. In some of the shrines, like near Mathura, that is in Uttar Pradesh, and also in Afghanistan, in some of the shrines, their pictures, the colossal statues of Kushanas have been found. It means that they considered themselves as godlike. Maybe they had taken this title as the Chinese had taken as the sons of heaven. If I talk about the perceptions of the kings would not leave anything which was negative about them, which would be negative about them. They would not do that. So how would we know? We would be knowing about them by possible stories like the Panchtantra, the Jataka stories, and one such story is Ganda Tindu Jataka, which tells about the story of a wicked king. Land grants. Why were the land grants made? The land grants were made so that the uncultivated land could be brought under cultivation, which would not only increase production but the revenue of the kings at the same time. At the same time, why would the kings do the land grants? They wanted to show that they are superpowers. They wanted to show that they claim all the resources. They wanted to show they had the control on the resources. And they would at times ship their nobles, ship their ministers in order to show their power. If I talk about the coins and the kings, the first coins again were issued by Kushanas, the gold coins, in 1st century CE. These coins in weight and structure were very much similar in comparison to the Roman Empire as well as the Parthian rulers of Iran. Even some of the tribal chiefs also had issued the coins, gold coins, like the Yogdais of Punjab and Haryana. But by 6th century CE, these coins started tapering off. That means they reduced in weight, they got little thin. One of the reasons given is the fall of the Western Roman Empire, which had led to the decline of the business, the trade in that area. Gupta Empire, the first and the foremost, like the most powerful king in Gupta Empire was Samudragupta. He had Samantas. Now Samantas were the kind of nobles who would have the lands given by the kings and they would collect the taxes and the tributes. Keeping a fair amount with them in order to maintain the army and other issues, rest of the money they would submit to the king. But many a times, Samantas would turn so strong that they would declare themselves as kings. If I talk about the limitations of the inscriptions, as I told that many inscriptions are found in Kharoshthi and Brahmi, but some of the inscriptions were not found in a proper stage. Some of them were broken, some of them had very fainted words, some of them were not deciphered fully, some were not recovered at all. At the same time, these inscriptions don't have any point regarding how a common man lived his life. If I talk about the Kalinga War, as I told, it was a turning point. After that, Ashoka never had any war. Even he had got, because of this, he got changed and spread dharma. He had sent his daughter and son, and he had appointed Dhamma in order to let all these people move all over the world in order to spread Buddhism. If I talk about the certain features of Mahajanpadas, the Mahajanpadas were ruled by the kings called Ganas or Sanghas. All the Mahajanpadas mostly, they had the capital cities. They would collect the taxes, they would collect the tributes, and that would be a revenue in order to run that Mahajanpada. If I talk about the raids were considered legitimate in order to acquire revenue, in order to maintain the resources for their own people. Every Mahajanpada had a fort and they had their own standing armies. I hope this brief revision would have helped you. I knowingly took some of the topics which might be skipped, like what led to the fall of the Mauryan Empire. Mauryan Empire left around for 150 years. Such a grand empire was so vastly it was spread. One of the reasons of its fall was that it was so widely spread that it was not easily managed. I hope that you will understand and read this chapter once again. I request again you to like my channel, subscribe and hit the bell icon. At the same time, I would request to give enough time to studies so that you can score well in your coming exams. Thank you.